Wow, electric energy here today in the studio. Thank you all for bringing those signs,
Thank you.
telling us how much you love us.
Yeah, I'll
That's
pick up the
awesome.
roses here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dylan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Did you know that at 18, you can vote, take out loans, join the military, and sign contracts?
Yeah.
But most people still don't know how to do taxes.
What? I feel like that makes sense.
And I'm most people.
Yeah. When I was 18, I'm pretty sure my mom filed my taxes. So
I use something called TurboTax.
yes, it was online. I did the green one. H&R. No.
Oh, H&R.
No, it's online. Maybe it's not green. I don't know.
I think you got scammed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So today, that got us thinking. 18-year-olds are allowed to do so many things, and I feel like when you hit 21, you're classified as like legal adult in society terms.
Yeah.
Because 18, you're legally an adult, but like 21 is like when you get the good stuff. And by that, you get to drink, I guess. I don't know. In college, I felt like there was like this giant gap between 18 and 21.
But you used to be able to buy cigarettes at 18, right? And then you switched it to
they've
21.
upped the laws.
So now you can't even.
Now you just have to make friends with old people.
Yeah. Now you just got to bum them.
So today, that leads us to an article that we found from the Analog Family, 100 practical life skills that every 18-year-old should have, by Catherine Martinko, I think. Sorry if I mispronounced that. This article was published May 27th, 2025.
Pretty recent.
Yeah. Kevin, is there a skill that would have saved you a lot of stress if you knew more about when you were 18?
Honestly, budgeting.
Budgeting for sure.
Yeah.
I think back and I'm like, I would have had a lot of money if I wouldn't have spent it as soon as I got it.
Same. I think that's the one. What about you?
Definitely that. And I think maybe just like better time management too. Like
True. Yeah. I feel that. Well, that article can be broken down into a couple categories. We got home, we got safety, finance, education, and social norms. I think social norms is one of those things that's kind of harder to teach.
Little bit, but
Well, then again, no, never mind. I take that back.
well, I think some of them yes and some of them no. Like hygiene, that's a societal norm. Like I feel like you should be learning that like very young.
True.
Do we want to start with societal norms since we're talking about it, or do we want to go in order? All right, we don't have to. We can go wherever.
Backwards, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, like hygiene, knowing how to introduce yourself, eye contact, which I do understand, like, you know, like some neurodivergencies and things like that, like eye contact could be hard or something, but like you know that that's kind of expected in like
the world.
Conversation, yeah.
Yeah. It's a way to connect with people.
Yeah.
I feel like being punctual is a pretty good one too. That's something I've been dealing with a lot lately is people being late, which I get, but then it's like you don't want to be that person because then over time people kind of start to dislike you, and they'll never tell you. They just will stop inviting you out. And that's a good sign. Or
if they're actually your friends, they'll tell you a time, and then it's actually like they give you like a 30-minute before,
buffer?
Yeah, and then you show up on time because they're like, I know you're late.
Yeah.
So. I think also with that is learning how to live with others, and then like staying clean in other spaces. That is one of my biggest pet peeves is if like someone's in my car or whatever and they like leave trash.
Yeah.
Or like they're at my house and like we make dinner and they're like, okay, I'm gonna veg out on the couch now. I'm like, great, I'll just do all of these dishes by myself. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that's just like a courtesy.
It is.
Kind of, you know?
And it's also one of those things where I feel like people don't realize until like it gets pointed out.
Right.
Because like at work, I literally have to tell my coworkers to, like, go back and pick up the trash they left in like the van.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a dad or something. These
Hmm.
are full grown adults, by the way. You know,
Yeah.
so
When I was working at my radio job, I had to drive our like station vans,
mm,
and I was the youngest person to drive all of those vans, and I was like the sole person in charge of cleaning them. And
nice.
when there was like a weekend or something that I was not driving the vans, I would come back to the van, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"You're a grown man. You had this for like 2.5 hours, maybe."
yeah.
And you just left like a whole bunch of trash. Like, what are we doing? There's not a garbage can. I know there's a garbage can by the door when you have to go up and return the keys. Um, Something that I do hear about nowadays
Mm.
is making appointments, like doctor's appointments, dentist
Yeah.
appointments. Like,
I
there's
thought there's a fear
something.
about like a receptionist. I think there's a stigma about receptionists. You don't know who you're gonna get on the other end of that line. You know.
Yeah, but like you have a issue, like you have to go to the doctor or something, like you
Yeah.
have to do, you just give them your name, they see if your
They check the
schedule's
calendar.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I've heard that a lot, like even when I was in college, like people were like they were so anti phone calls. They're
Yeah.
like, why are you
It
calling
wasn't even
me?
like just appointments. It was like ordering like
Yeah.
food on the
Yeah.
phone. You know.
They're like, oh, I can just do it online,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I think we're
okay.
losing that. I think we're losing how to talk to people,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Which, like, we need there, I feel like there's a big problem with community nowadays. Like
Yeah.
everyone's very isolated, and
Yeah.
like not that like you're gonna befriend your receptionist of whatever office you're trying to get to, but like they're a human, you're a human, you're both in the
Yeah.
world. Like
There's a good
that's
quote.
their job.
I don't know who said it, but it's every stranger is a friend I haven't met yet.
Hmm.
That's a good way
Yeah.
to look at it. You just talk to people, you know. I talk to everybody.
Yeah. And the more you do it, the less scary it
Yeah.
is. Um, but
But
yeah. So, moving from social norms, let's go into what I classify as like education, but it's not like traditionally like like you need to learn in
mm,
school. I just think it's more of like kind of self education type
mm,
deals.
mm, mm.
One of them that could probably fall into traditional education is probably spell checks and mental math. Because I do think a lot of people rely on the autocorrect or like auto grammar
True.
and
True.
things. And as someone who has
I suck at
difficulty
math.
with spelling and mental math,
Take it from me.
yeah, I really like. I have a browser add-on called Grammarly. It's free. It like does the spell check and
Yeah.
grammar, and then if it's like super important, I will like copy whatever I have and like paste it into another thing to like make sure. And
What
even
I
then, I
what I
still
run
get
into sometimes is like I'll look at a word and then it just doesn't look right. I'm like, this doesn't look right. And then I'll check in, it's spelled correctly, but it's just I don't know. My brain's
oh
just
yeah.
like, is that how
Well,
you spell ham? You know?
yeah, that happens a lot. Like you see a word so much that it like kind of starts to lose the meaning that you're like, what are these letters like
Yeah.
together?
Yeah. 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 I also suck at math really bad.
Oh yeah.
I got roasted whenever I first got my job because I didn't know how to read a tape measure.
Mm,
Got roasted pretty hard.
that seems like what the lines are.
Hmm.
Mm,
And then having to do like the math and like subtracting and all that. I'm good now though.
nice. You've learned.
I've learned.
Wow.
See, this is why we need to bring bullying back. I'm joking.
Other things are kind of like creating your own resume, doing professional emails, because there is a set tone. Like when you're depending on obviously like
Yeah,
your
your work
profession.
environment.
But if you're emailing like your boss or your
No
coworker,
emojis.
yeah, kind of depending on who it is. Because like I have a client here at Turtlesmith where we can just like talk like
Hmm.
normal, and then also like have like, okay, I need this
Yeah.
business, like whatever. But like to Scott, if I'm sending him an email, like I'm hello. here's what you've asked for, and I've attached these links, and then I always say thank you, and then like I have a signature at the bottom, so it says my
Yeah,
name and like
same.
title and all that stuff. And that's for like anyone else. I'm not
Yeah.
really emailing the clients that I'm texting, so like the text with them
It's kinda
is
like a paper
easier.
trail too, just to kinda, because I do that too at work. I have to at the end of every day, I have to do a daily report, and I have to like basically be like, "This is what I did today. Thank you,"
Yeah.
and I have my little signature.
And there's plenty of like professional like email templates online. Like, I mean, use the internet to your advantage.
Yeah.
If there's something that you don't know or you'd like to be better at, like just do it instead of just being like, "What's up? Like, I did
What it
this
do?
shit. Here's here's that file you wanted."
Yeah.
um, I think also preparing for tests and interviews is kind of something that isn't traditionally like
Yeah,
taught.
yeah. You're never taught.
And everyone's different. Like for tests, you have to figure out one, what kind of learner you are, how you learn, and then figure out like what best helps your brain remember that stuff. So like
Yeah.
maybe it's flashcards, maybe it's like rewriting everything that you're supposed to know for the test or something. I actually knew a few people in college where they would like go through, do the outline that they wanted for their like study guide, we'll
Mhm.
say. Is that a thing?
Study guide?
Yeah.
Yes.
But like you self-create it? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you could do
And
that.
then so they would write that out in like black pen or they type it, and then when they were studying, they'd go through and they'd write it with like a red pen because supposedly there's like a connection with like red ink in your brain, like it remembers it differently.
What? It's the first time
I
I've
don't
heard of this.
know. That's just what I was told. You can figure that out for
This
yourself.
debunker.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a visual learner. Like, if I write
Yeah.
something out, I'll honestly forget it as like I'm writing it out. I have to see it.
Yeah. I have to
But
see it. I have to like talk. Like I feel like I'm a hands-on visual like learner. And so
mhm.
like if it's something where it's like history where you have to like just remember a whole bunch of facts and dates, like
Yeah.
I need to like see what like see the timeline, and then I
Yeah,
need to
give me a
like
timeline.
basically explain it to someone else, like
Yeah.
is the best way for me. And sometimes you don't have someone to speak to every time you're studying, but like that means record it for yourself and like play it on a loop or something.
Yeah. Did we already go time management
Time management's here. I mentioned it
and
earlier
the
as
social
like something
norms?
I wanted
Yeah.
to be better at when I was 18.
Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
think time management's a good one.
Yeah.
Not just like work related, but just like what we were saying, like be punctual. It's a
hmm
good social norm.
And then like researching careers. Like when I was 18, I had no idea that there were so many different like majors offered at my college, because when I did like a visit, they kind of hand you like here's like the top 5
Mhm.
like things that people do. And I was like, "Oh, okay, like that's cool, whatever." And like a lot of it was like business or science stuff that I was like, I'm not gonna be an engineer.
Yeah.
Like I can't. um, and then like later in my college career, I had to take have a minor, and then that's how I found out that there was even a film and media program at my school. And then
Yeah.
I took those classes and I was like, wait a second, why is this like my best performing class? And I actually am so interested in what's going on that I like switched my whole major because
Would you look at that?
yeah.
Did your school like did they ever come through and make you take a test to see like it was like kind of like a personality test and it kind of like guided you
I
to what
w-
you would most
yeah. I
likely
want to say I did that like in high school, like
yeah,
that was the thing like when you were leaving,
yeah.
but it was like you should be a nurse or a caretaker taker or a social service. so-
It's because you're so good with
Yeah.
people.
And I was just like, the social service thing, those people are social workers.
Angels.
They are angels on earth, but like I just don't think I could handle like the emotional toll with
Yeah.
that. And then the same thing with the nursing. Like
Yeah.
there's so much like mental that goes into that job just outside of like remembering medications and like a whole bunch of other things like science and math that goes into that. Um and so I needed something that I could be like free creativity,
Yeah.
which when I was 18, I did not think that you could make money being a creative person. Like that just was never a thing. Like, and then later in my life, my sister went and she did a visit at um, USC in California. Yeah, yeah. Trojans.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool stadium. Um, That was a place where, like, they had it was in California, so, like,
Yeah.
they had, like, a developed, like, film,
Yeah. Of
like,
course.
they had their own, like, cinematography, like, college,
Yeah.
and, I guess who's the guy? Oh my gosh. Who's the guy that does Star Wars? Lucas?
Lucas something.
George Lucas. He was an alumni-ish, or maybe his kid
Uh-huh.
went there or whatever, but like he was building their own cinematography school in the shape
That's,
of one of the
yeah.
Star,
The ships.
yeah, one
That's
of the
pretty cool.
ships. And so that was under construction when we went for that visit, and I was like, what? Like that's
Yeah.
so cool. And then they had like a really big like film newsroom. Like they even had podcast studios like to help like that
When
was like
was
a
this? Was this like recently? I feel
that
like
was
it's
like a
probably like
few years ago, like maybe like
it's probably more advanced now.
5 or
Dude,
6 years ago.
the school I'm working at right now that they're building in Yukon, they have their own little oh no, not in Yukon. Somewhere in the city. They have their own esports like room. Like
That's
classroom.
sick.
Like
Whoa.
that's crazy. When I was a kid,
Times are
when I was
changing.
a kid, the teacher would come up behind me when I was on cool math games and turn my computer off.
That sucks.
That sucks. Now they have their own esports room.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of cool
That's
that they're
backwards.
changing
That's
with the
backwards,
kids.
I guess. But I mean,
I wonder if that's gonna be like a class or if that's just like a free hour, like
no, I
you
think it's
can do
like
it. The class.
they're recruiting these little dudes. They're out here.
Wow.
They're gonna be millionaires.
Whoa.
Yeah. But
Speaking of millionaires,
speaking of millionaires, let's talk
let's get
about finance.
into finance. Yeah. So we kind of already mentioned like it is so important to learn how to budget. We have an episode about how to make your own budget. We give you a couple different things, and we show you like an Excel sheet, and we break it down with Mr. Turtle.
Mr. Turtle Smith.
Yeah. And then taxes. I think the important things with taxes is knowing when to file so you're not late, how you file, and then like understanding like deductions and things like that once like if you're a W-2 worker, I feel like
Mhm.
you don't necessarily have to worry too much about deductions, but if you're a 1099, like that means you're kind of like contracted work, so then everything is on you. Like you can deduct things. So like for you're a photographer,
Mhm.
you can like deduct your gas and like your camera equipment and things
Mhm.
like that. And also, a lot of people say like when they hear deductions, they'll like think of like write-offs, and
Uh-huh.
it's not necessarily that you can like write off the whole expense. It's
Mhm.
like you can write off like
A portion, a
yeah,
percentage. I think.
of the tax.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like it works with like how much money you made with
Yeah.
that. And we also, I'm pretty sure, have a 1099 employee episode. So
Yeah.
if you would like to know more about that, go check it out.
I feel like with that, it's also important to keep your documents, like important documents,
Mm-hmm.
organized. Because I mean, you get the
Yeah.
W-2 in the mail, but like we have how to replace credit cards and all these IDs and stuff like that. Like you got to have all your stuff, like
Yeah.
Social Security, birth certificate. I had to get my birth certificate mailed to me because I lost mine,
Mm-hmm.
but I have it now and it's organized and it's in a little folder.
Do you have to like get that from the hospital?
Yeah, we have to know where you were born, obviously your birthday,
Yeah.
the hospital that you're born at, or the city you're born in. And I think they reach out and get the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even if you're not, like, doing anything, like, at 18, like, maybe you're going to, like, your local college and you're still living at home, like, it's time to kind of start thinking about, like, ways to be self-sufficient on your own, and, like, part of that is, like, knowing about your IDs. Where is your birth certificate? Like, do you know your Social Security number? Because 'Cause you're going to have to know that for, like, jobs, apartments, like,
Appointments.
yeah, insurance, things like
Yeah.
that. Um, at one point, I did have my Social Security memorized. I feel like I could maybe remember it now, but I'm not 100% sure on it. At one point, I was
Go
100%
ahead and
sure.
recite it out loud
I
right now.
like a 1, 2, 3. Um, and then a part of that is like knowing how to
Mhm.
replace it. Like you said, your birth
Yeah.
certificate was missing. Like you had to know where to go.
Yeah.
Same with like credit cards. And like I think with credit cards as well, like you need to know how to recognize fraudulent charges and like kind of stay on that because in today's age there's so many ways people are getting that
Yeah.
information.
You're
Like
getting
it's not
scammed.
just grandmas
I think it
anymore.
happened to me at a gas station. I was salty.
Oh, that definitely happened to me.
And they bought like
Um
Facebook currency, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
hmm.
It's like Facebook stars or something. You know how like I think it's probably whenever like you know how like on TikTok or like streams you can like gift people things.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did, and they probably like gifted themselves. There's probably like a loophole in there, but I was
Yeah.
mad
That's
honestly.
lame.
I was
Yeah.
pretty pissed.
That was actually something I did learn in high school. Is I don't even remember what that class was supposed to be about because it
Mm.
was a I had a baseball coach as my teacher. And so like a lot of times like if it was nice outside, we would just like go outside so he can like hit baseballs
Hell
and
yeah, that's
ham it up with the baseball guys.
what I'm talking about.
But there was one time where he like sat us down and he's like, "This is gonna be the most important like lesson of your life." And I was like, cool, like
Don't
we're
get
gonna learn
pregnant.
something. And he just it was the whole class was about different ways that people skim your cards. Like
Yeah,
you've heard like the terminal like
yeah,
skimmers, where it looks like a normal terminal, but like you can like flip it up and like
yeah.
they're actually like taking
Taking your
those
pen.
out. And then he very adamantly emphasized that credit cards are the devil and to never get a credit card. And so still to this day, I do not have a credit card.
Sounds like
Although
Dave Ramsey.
now I am more like secure with understanding how credit cards work.
Yeah,
And so
you have a good understanding on debt.
yeah. Um So yeah, and then yeah, keeping those important documents and then kind of thinking about maybe if you're not maybe you don't have to take out a loan or have to have insurance because I'm pretty sure you stay on your parents' insurance till you're 25. Um, but like start thinking about those things before
Yeah,
you hit like when you need to have them
yeah.
or else it's like, okay, well I have a week and they're going to cancel my insurance, like what do I do? So just kind
Just
of and then I think that helps with, like, time management, like, just kind of, like, be thinking, always a couple months or years ahead, and that kind of stays with, like, your goal setting and, like, kind of moving your life along, like, how you want it. It
yeah.
should be no one else's timeline but you, and I did that wrong. I was going like this, but this hand went like this.
Anyways,
Yes. Let's move.
let's move. Let's
Yes.
move on. I feel like well, these two are kind of I think they go hand in hand, but we'll start with safety. I feel like safety. I think the main thing is like car maintenance. Um, you never know whenever your tire's gonna pop. I feel like it's pretty good knowledge to know how to change a tire.
Yeah.
Also, to have a good jack. I've seen videos, and it's happened to me uh, where you use like the jack that your car comes with, but like it's a tiny crappy jack, and like
Mm,
you'll move it up, and then like the car will literally the weight of the car will just tilt it off, and it'll just fall on the bearings. So have a good jack, have a
yeah.
spare tire, know what these lights mean in your car. You can always just Google it, and it'll tell you.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's
Make and
pretty
model of
important.
your car, the year, and then, like,
Yeah,
describe what it is.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it has your back. Or if you have your car's manual, you can just go old-fashioned way, flip through, see what it says.
Yep.
And then one thing that was kind of like highlighted, because this is like a whole, like 100, literally 100 things listed, and so I kind of broke them up into these 5 categories. But there was a lot of, I felt like this body stuff kind of felt safety wise. It was
Yeah.
kind of like know how to do CPR, like how to do first aid, like knowing how to treat wounds, like wound care. Like, do you know that you have to change your bandages if you have a really gnarly gash or something? And then kind of like,
All I remember is pressure, like applying pressure to a wound, right?
yeah,
Stopping bleeding.
well, yeah, it's like gushing.
Yeah.
And then also like there's different things like if you have inflammation or you sprain your ankle, like the whole like does ice help or heat packs, like they both kind of work differently with your body. And then just kind of like knowing how to refill your medication, understanding that if you're on multiple medications that you need to like understand how they work together.
Yeah.
And that's something obviously like your doctor should probably
Hopefully.
know before they prescribe you something, but like maybe like reiterating like, hey, I'm on XYZ, will BCD, wait, yeah,
BCD?
okay, yeah, BCD, will that work with XYZ?
Jesus.
I was like, wait, is that the
You're like, where am I
chronological?
going with this?
Yeah. And then knowing when to go to a doctor and how to self-advocate for yourself. Women, I know this
That's
is
a
a
big
little
one.
bit different, because like this is a little bit more important. And also like people of color, like
Yeah,
the
you get brushed off.
medical, field it's the history of doctors and medicine is fucked up. So just know how to like stand your ground and be like, no, I feel pain. I need to, if one doctor passes you off, go find
Yeah.
another doctor. And I do understand like time and money, like that does suck, but like
It's your life.
your life is more important. So don't just like, if one doctor brushes you off and you feel like there is something wrong, you need to go follow that gut feeling.
All that good.
Follow that gut.
Okay, let's see. And then life, fire safety.
Yeah.
We all know not to start fires in the woods.
Yep.
I hope. Swimming. I think swimming is very important. I haven't gone swimming in a couple years, but I know how to.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to swim, you need to learn. I'm sorry. I feel like every adult needs to know how to swim.
Yeah. I mean, treading water is pretty easy. Like you just kind of like move the arms, kick your legs, and then it follows. So learn the basics.
Learn how to float.
Yeah.
Reading
and then
signs.
reading signs. So this kind of did
Driving
like road
signs.
signs,
Yes.
but also like public transportation, like reading a map and
that too,
like
yeah.
knowing like what bus stop to get off at and like.
I mean, like I hear about it a lot here, and I'm sure it happens everywhere else. But like, there's so many accidents on like one-way streets, like head-on collisions of a car going like the wrong way. I mean, like, come on.
I was like thinking, I was like, do we have many one-way streets?
So like, the service roads, how they're like,
oh yeah,
they're kind of like, I hate those, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember on my way to California, driving to California, there is a highway. It might be Route 66, but it's like, it was at least 200 miles of just like straight one like this, but it was like semis, like just passing by. I'm like,
scared. Yeah.
So also learn how to drive. I feel like that's a good safety, not just car maintenance, but like be a good driver. Like we could do a whole episode on fucking car etiquette because I feel like a lot of people don't know it.
Use your blinker. Come on.
Dude, the one thing that pisses me off is when people try to be like, they try to do the good thing, but like they end up like putting everybody in danger.
Oh yeah.
Like there'll be a car, like if you see a car is just trying to like pull into something and a car in the left lane stops and there's traffic like steady going like on the right, like just go. Like that guy's gonna pull out and then this guy's gonna come through and they're gonna crash. It's gonna be that guy's fault. Yeah. But anyways.
I think that brings us home. Knowing how to clean your house, when to clean, when to dust the fans, how to clean a bathroom. Oh my gosh, we recently found out that my brother had never cleaned a shower before, and we're like, "You've been on your own for how long, and you've never once cleaned a shower?" His
I do
his
hate
his
cleaning.
argument though, hey, because Xander does watch sometimes. Hey Xander, hey. Your argument is that you were only there for a year. Okay. And okay, you're not living there a long time. However, I do think you should clean your bathroom, like,
Like the
if
whole
not like,
bathroom?
yeah,
The whole
but like
bathroom
the
wasn't clean
whole
for
bathroom. Well, I think he cleaned like the
right,
sink
right,
and
right.
the mirror or whatever, but the shower was like the specific.
Mm.
He's like, "How do you even clean that?" I was like,
I do hate cleaning showers, I'm not gonna lie.
Um, like I'm in a point now where I'm like, I need to get a little steam back to clean a shower because then that will get real deep into the
Yeah,
ground.
you're
But come on, there's like you go to the Walmart, you go to the cleaning aisle, like you have to get like 409 or some sort of, kitchen counter cleaner. There is a bathroom section near there of like all products for
yeah.
bathrooms. So,
I do like the smell of that Comet stuff. It comes like
oh,
in a green
yeah.
cylinder. Yeah.
We don't endorse that
Oh, we don't?
though. No, no,
Oh.
no. Just like smelling cleaning
Oh,
products.
that's probably my favorite part about
Yeah.
cleaning is that like feeling you get while you're cleaning. You
The
know what I'm talking
zap to
about?
your
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything becomes so much more enjoyable
Yeah.
and everything kind of gets dizzy and yeah.
And then laundry. When I got to college, laundry was such a big like I had been doing my laundry for like, I don't know, like since I was like in middle school, like
Hmm.
because I was the oldest of three kids, like I helped my mom, like that was just like a
Yeah.
routine, like just a chore that I did. Um but hey, if you've never done laundry by yourself before, couple things. One, there are lines on the soap for your washer. Don't overfill the lines because you'll get a whole bunch of bubbles and sometimes it will flood the washer. Two, which might be even more important, there's a thing that is a lint trap. And sometimes dryers have multiple
Oh,
lint traps. But if you do not clean out those lint traps, your dryer will catch fire. And that happened so often in college that there were fire trucks by the dorms at least like every couple of weeks.
that's
Like
crazy.
it was almost like once a week, one time because there was like multiple things that happened. But there was always a case of someone flooded the basement where the laundry was and someone lit fire to the dryer because no one was checking those traps. Before I put any loads into the dryer, I clean that out. Ow!
Careful.
No, it's coming off.
Oh gosh. Um,
Ooh,
I'm
no.
guilty of that, honestly. I've gotten into many arguments over that because I do forget, but I don't anymore. But I used to be really bad about that.
No.
Um,
It's so important, but like that's also like if you've never done your laundry before and then you're just like sent to college to figure it out on your own, like that how are you
yeah,
supposed to know? So, I'm telling you now, so important. Clean those lint traps. And then I think
cooking.
like cooking, yeah. There is like something about like knife skills and then like how to build a grocery list where like you can incorporate multiple items for
Yeah,
different meals. And that is something that like, is kind of something that you have to like
especially
figure
now
out
with
yourself.
groceries being so expensive.
Yeah.
Knife skills. That is my probably my favorite thing about cooking is using the knives. You know,
Yeah.
like cutting things.
um yeah. I feel like I should be better with my knives. I
Like treat them better or what?
yeah.
You
Sometimes
just
I
like
leave them in water and then I have to clean them more.
yeah.
But sharpening knives is very
That's very
fun.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
very soothing.
And then I would say like the last thing for home is kind of like yard care, lawn care, gardening, house plants. Most of us are not gonna be doing yard work until we like have
A
a
lawn.
yard of our own. But you can start with practicing how to take care of a houseplant, and you can start even like easier. Like there is so many levels of plants. The like lowest of low maintenance is an
Bonsai?
air plant.
Oh, I thought it
It
was a
just needs
bonsai.
like a tiny little bonsais need like a lot of
Really?
like you have to like tend to them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it died.
Mm.
What's an air plant?
An air plant, it's like a desert plant, but like it needs very minimal water and then it just kind of like is there. So,
Nice.
um or like a succulent, like succulents need kind of minimal water and then you can kind of branch out for that. I used to have so many plants and then I had a winter that froze all my plants inside because my heater broke. So I had to like leave my house for a couple weeks because it was like 20 degrees inside and unfortunately that killed all of my
Oh, man.
plants. So I think I have like 4 now.
Mm.
And they're all just kind of like
Air
little
plants.
succulent guys. So, yeah.
I think we touched
The
on all
point
of them.
is nobody turns 18 magically prepared for adulthood. The goal isn't just knowing everything, it is being willing to learn. And on that note, I did find a couple of things that I want to ask you if you know how to do. Some
I know how to do everything.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, you know how to fill out a form, write your name in cursive.
I need to relearn cursive, and I've been
Okay.
meaning to. But I write like my writing is a mix. It's like
Oh, yeah.
it's like Spanglish, but
Yes.
it's like cursive and I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like
Yeah.
I'll connect some letters and then some letters
Yeah.
are not. Do you know how to read a map?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know how to orient oneself geographically. That is word for word what it said.
So like the closest thing, okay, I've never had to like really like I'm sure I could do it, but I mean the closest thing to it is reading like at my work I have to read plans and I have to like orient myself around. I know how to read a map. I know I do.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you?
I know mostly how to read a map. Like I feel like I can get around really well. My thing is I'm a better visual learner. Like I'm like a
Mhm.
landmark person. Like I
Mhm.
won't necessarily remember street names, but I can be
Yeah.
like, oh, it's on the corner with the CVS across from the Gold Dome,
I'm
I
the
think
same
that's a
way too.
Walgreens actually. But or no, there's a CVS there. It's close though. Off 23rd and Fasten. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how
Wait,
to?
do I get to ask you?
Oh, I mean, you can, but like, I already know
Oh,
that
okay,
these
never
are the
mind.
things that I'm looking at. And these aren't necessarily that I didn't think you could do them. They're just like things that I'm like,
No, I'm
I don't know,
offended.
do you?
I'm already offended by the map
Oh,
question, so just
do
ask
you
me
know how
something
to
else.
tie basic knots? I do not. I mean, I can
Basic
tie
knots.
a knot.
I know how to tie a square knot,
Okay,
but
that's more than me.
like no, I don't know how to tie a knot.
Uh,
Like a really nice knot, you know, that are like easily undone that you see like,
yeah,
you know, like the
I have no
hikers or
idea.
whatever. I can't do that.
Yeah, I did not do Girl Scouts or
I can
things
barely
like that.
tie a tie, so.
Okay, that was one on here. Yeah.
Dang it.
Do you know how to polish your shoes? You wear boots.
Does that answer your question?
Okay.
I mean, isn't it just the same as like scrubbing?
Yeah, you just have to like
Be gentle.
use the right.
No.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
He was mad.
Whoa.
He got mad about
Whoa.
that.
Oh, I don't know, cause I've seen them. Honestly, what I have seen the most videos of people restoring different things or dyeing leathers. So I assume that that's kind
The
of.
only thing I can think of is Parks and Rec and Andy and him like polishing Ron's like shoe and like Ron's like moaning because he's such a good shoe polisher and he's like he makes it weird because he's like it sounds like he's having an orgasm and
Yeah.
then he was I'm gonna have to find it but no I don't know how to polish a shoe.
Okay. Well,
Does that make me less of a man?
no. I feel like there's a lot of people who don't know how to do that. Um, these are more things that like I have been doing recently, like,
Hmm.
learned. Like, I don't think I really know how to, like, trim trees and identify weeds when I was
Mm,
18.
true. You
Because
don't
most
really
of the
need
time,
to. I
yeah.
mean,
Most of the time I see weeds and then I'm like, "Oh, it's a flower.
it
Like, that's
really
so
is.
pretty." And then people are like, "No, that's an invasive weed." And I was like, "Oh, that
I
sucks."
think I think I might be wrong, but this is what they told me whenever I was in lawn care is a weed is just a plant you don't want somewhere. Like
So it could be anything?
it could be anything, I think.
Oh, I did not know that.
They'll fact check me. So
Um,
it'd be a big ass X over me.
yeah. Something I do not know how to do is cut up a whole chicken into pieces and clean fish. I do not understand basic cuts of meat. I mean, I can kind of understand like ribeye, fillet, like steaks,
Yeah.
flank,
But so you're saying if I put a cow in front
sirloin.
of you, you're not gonna know what to do.
No, not at all, and I
Okay.
wouldn't do it.
No.
But I could not.
About milking them.
Mm,
Have you
if
milked
I'm
a
wearing,
cow?
well, I don't think I have.
I think I have.
Is it with your bare hand or do you wear gloves? I know that you're like supposed to
Depends.
like squeeze down, like grab,
Depends how
squeeze.
well you know the cow. I think
I
that's
probably should not be doing that motion. And then I kind of found some like what I thought were kind of like funny for this list because a lot of these like yeah that totally makes sense like
yeah.
these kind of prepare you for living on your own and like just knowing how to operate in society. Um,
You know how to change a baby's diaper?
I do. I've changed so many babies'
Mm,
diapers. I'm the
nice.
oldest, and I was a babysitter. So,
Mm.
yeah.
That was always fun, right?
Yeah. I just like have memories of my brother. Like he would go to change his diaper, and then he'd like pee like while you're
Nice.
changing. I was like, awesome. I don't want to do that.
Surprise.
Yeah. One was walk a dog and know how to clean up after it. Which I kind of laughed because I was like, do people not know how to
They
walk a
don't.
dog?
Some people don't, dude. Some people don't like pay it. I don't know. Maybe I need to relax. I think a
Yeah.
lot of things kind of piss me off.
But I'll say to that,
It's like a
there's
child. Like you have to, if it's your dog, you gotta, I don't know,
yeah, they have little
tend to
clips
it.
that you can put on your leash that like hold the little poop bags. Because you should. They're your dog or they're a dog you're looking after, so your responsibility. You have to clean up after them.
Yeah.
Because it's rude as fuck to just leave.
Poop.
Yeah. And
Dookie.
then one that I also thought was kind of funny, that was
Mail a
bake a
parcel.
cake.
Uh, I've I know how to bake a cake. Getting it to taste really good, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. But Calvin actually kind of mentioned it's more about like knowing about instructions,
Yeah,
kind
how
of
to read
like
a recipe.
reading the I'll say reading the room, but like you kind of have to keep your eye on things because even if like the recipe
Yeah.
says like 30 minutes or whatever, you got to toothpick it or something and
Mm,
kind
mm,
of
mm.
gauge yourself. Because honestly, baking is a science, and there's so many
Literally.
videos out there that break down baking
Have you seen the
sciences.
sourdough videos? People making sourdough?
Yeah,
That's kind of creepy. I
yeah.
feel like sourdough.
'Cause you have to, like, feed it and, like
What are
yeah.
we talking about here?
Whew. I always thought I didn't
You have to
understand,
feed
like
it,
yeah,
feed the bread. Like, what?
like, the yeast or something? There's,
Yeah,
like, a
an organism.
it's kinda like kombucha or something, right? Like, there's
Yeah,
something that's
yeah.
living. Well, I guess I'm doing this, but, like, it is living.
You're in
Um,
denial. You just don't want to
they're
accept it.
micro
Micro
organisms?
microbes.
Okay. Yep. And just random stuff that I thought was kind of crazy. It said drive a car and a boat, and then drive manual if possible because that's what you'll get if you ever rent a car in Europe. That is word for word what it was, and I was like, that is very interesting. I mean, we're in Oklahoma, a landlocked state. We do have lakes, but I don't think that every single 18-year-old should know how to drive a boat.
No,
Um, but hey, maybe you do. Maybe you should.
more power to you.
Yeah. So I think most of the five categories kind of really does break down. Like I do think that 18-year-olds should kind of like look out for. 'Cause it's kind of like, okay, you turn 18, you're entering this, like, adulthood bracket. You might not feel like an adult right away, but these are, like, kind of the things that you should think about doing to have the most successful, like,
Life.
life. Yeah,
Because it comes at you. It comes at you fast.
yeah.
Anyways.
Prepare yourself as much as you can, because you never know what will be thrown your way. And if you're ever looking for some direction in life, we're sense of direction. Okay,
Okay.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Kevin, and
Good
toodaloo.
night. Bye.
Oh, you did well.
I mean, yeah.